Ariana Biermann has her own relationships with both of her parents, Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann, amid their ongoing divorce. The Next Gen NYC cast member recently spoke with Access Hollywood's Housewives Nightcap, where she revealed how she's able to not let her relationship with her mom impact her relationship with her dad. "I try to keep my relationship with them very separate," she said in a video posted to their Instagram account. She continued, admitting that she prefers to know about their divorce through her parents. "I don't read the tabloids. I don't want to know. I don't like to know," Ariana noted. "It's been a difficult couple of years, but we're definitely trying to stay together as much as a family in whatever ways to get through this." Kroy and Kim initiated their divorce in 2023 and are still navigating it today, as they have not yet finalized it. However, both Kim and Kroy are now living separately and co-parenting Ariana's 4 younger siblings. Ariana Biermann reveals where she stands with Kroy Biermann today. Ariana spoke with Briefing on Bravo in May, where she shared some insight into her relationship with her dad today. "I haven't spoken to him in a little bit," she said, before revealing that he had been trying to call her, so she would be speaking to him so soon. "I hope he's doing amazing," she added. "I think it's a really tough situation right now between the family, and it goes through waves. But he lives in his own house as well, so I hope he's happy I'm doing great." Ariana Biermann opens up about her relationship with Kim Zolciak. Ariana recently appeared on Judas's podcast, Casual Chaos, where she admitted that the divorce has also brought her closer to her mom and her older sister, Brielle Biermann. "The whole situation of everything brought me and my mom and my sister closer," she said. "And we're kind of like the 3 best friends, which I'm really grateful for." In an interview with Briefing on Bravo in May, Ariana revealed that Kim is so happy in her new place. "Kim was living in the basement of our old house, so I think for her, it's almost like a really nice, fresh start," she admitted. Ariana Biermann shares new details on her parents' divorce. During the episode of Casual Chaos, Ariana admitted that she once would pray for her parents to get back together literally every night. "I think at this point, though, unfortunately, there is too much damage to be done," she noted. She also revealed that at some point in the divorce process, she and her siblings are all going to have to go to court and give our testimonies and witness statements and everything, she explained. "And it's just the most insane thing ever." Treading the middle, Ariana Biermann's journey through love, loyalty, and letting go. It was a Tuesday morning in Atlanta, and Ariana Biermann was already on her 3rd cup of coffee. The spring sun filtered through gauzy curtains, casting a honeyed light across her apartment's living room. She sat cross-legged on her couch, clad in a pair of well-worn sweatpants and a sweatshirt bearing the logo of her new reality show, Next Gen NYC. On the screen in front of her, a paused clip from an old Real Housewives of Atlanta episode stared back at her. Her mother, Kim Zolciak, blonde hair cascading like a lioness's mane, laughed freely into a camera. The past was vivid, but for Ariana, the present was far more complicated. At 23, Ariana stood at the confusing crossroads of adulthood, womanhood, and daughterhood. Born into reality TV, she had grown up in the spotlight, a childhood filled with film crews, designer handbags, red carpets, and the brassy glamour of her mother's stardom. But behind the lights and the wigs, there was always the family. And now the family was unraveling. The middle daughter. Ariana had always joked that being the middle daughter made her the diplomat of the family. Not as wild as her older sister Brielle, not as naive as her younger siblings. She had learned to observe quietly, to navigate the tempests between her strong-willed mother and her steadfast father. In public, Kim and Kroy Biermann had once seemed like a powerhouse couple, passionate, loud, fiercely protective. Kroy, the NFL star turned family man, adopted Ariana and Brielle after marrying Kim in 2011. He was the steadying force in the whirlwind that was their household. But as Ariana grew older, she began to notice the small cracks that even the best PR couldn't patch. A slammed door here, a quiet dinner there, a long silence in the middle of a car ride. And then in 2023, the inevitable divorce papers filed. Ariana didn't find out through headlines, though the tabloids were quick and relentless. She heard it from her mother first. "Sweetie, your dad and we're going through some stuff," Kim had said, voice soft, eyes not meeting hers. The words were thick, sticky, heavy with decades of love and resentment. 2 houses, 1 heart. The logistics of the separation were one thing. Kim and Kroy now lived in separate homes, a few miles apart. The younger kids, KJ, Cash, and the twins, Kaya and Kane, moved between the 2 houses like little satellites trying to stay in orbit. Ariana, technically an adult, floated between both worlds. "It's weird," she admitted to Judas on the Casual Chaos podcast. "I feel like I'm 2 different people depending on whose house I'm at. With Mom, I'm her partner in crime. With Dad, I'm the emotional buffer. I try not to bring anything from one world into the other." It wasn't just a strategy, it was survival. For Ariana, loving her parents meant loving them separately. Any attempt to bridge the chasm between them often led to her own heart being caught in the crossfire. "I don't read the tabloids," she said in a recent Access Hollywood interview. "I don't want to know. I don't like to know. I just want the truth from them, not from headlines." The silent spaces. Despite her best efforts to maintain neutrality, silence had crept in between Ariana and Kroy. "I haven't spoken to him in a little bit," she told Briefing on Bravo in May. "But he's been trying to call, so I'll be speaking to him soon." The gap wasn't malicious, it was circumstantial. Kroy had retreated into his own world, focusing on the kids and rebuilding a sense of stability in a house that once rang with noise and chaos. Ariana felt that absence like a phantom limb. She scrolled through old photos sometimes, Kroy teaching her to drive, Kroy lifting her at graduation, Kroy standing stoic behind the camera while Kim tried to coral everyone into a holiday card. "I hope he's happy," she had said in that same interview. "I'm doing great." It wasn't a lie, but it wasn't the whole truth either. The Fortress of 3. Kim, on the other hand, was undergoing her own transformation. No longer confined to the basement of their old mansion, a detail Ariana let slip on Casual Chaos. Kim had moved into her own place, smaller, quieter, but freer. "For her, it's like a fresh start," Ariana said. And with that start came a rebirth of the mother-daughter bond. Ariana, Kim, and Brielle became inseparable, a trio fortified by shared scars. "We're kind of like the 3 best friends," she said, "which I'm really grateful for." They watched movies together, cooked dinner, and sometimes cried late into the night. They talked about dreams, regrets, and, carefully, about Kroy. Ariana tried not to speak ill of him. Even when the pain was sharp, she swallowed it. Because no matter what, he was still Dad. Courtrooms and crossroads. The legal side of the divorce was a looming storm. Ariana knew the day would come when she and her siblings would have to testify, give statements, recount memories that felt too fragile to share in a courtroom. "It's just the most insane thing ever," she said, "to have to explain your family in legal terms." She had always believed, in the quietest parts of her heart, that maybe her parents would find their way back to each other, that maybe the love that once built their empire could be rekindled. "I used to pray for them to get back together, literally every night," she confessed. But that hope had dulled. "There's just too much damage now," she said. "Too much history turned into hurt." What love looks like now. Ariana wasn't jaded, just older. She was learning that love didn't always mean staying together. Sometimes it meant letting go with grace. Other times it meant protecting your own peace. And so she forged forward. She filmed Next Gen NYC, exploring a new identity away from the Zolciak Biermann name. She dated, wrote in her journal, and did breathwork in the mornings. She went to therapy. She still answered both their calls, still helped her siblings with their homework, or picked up Kaya when Kim was running late. Still tried to remember that her family, though splintered, was still a family. The quiet forgiveness. One late April night, Ariana finally called Kroy back. "Hey, Dad," she said softly. There was a pause on the line, the kind that felt like an inhale after a long dive underwater. "Hey, Peanut," he replied. They didn't talk about the divorce that night, just the kids, her show, his new recipe for chili, the weather. But in that space, in the careful way he said her nickname, Ariana felt something thaw. The space between. Ariana sat on a park bench in Central Park months later, scrolling through a photo of her parents on her phone. It was from years ago, Kim in heels too high for the grass, Kroy in a suit that looked stiff around the shoulders. They were laughing, arms wrapped around Ariana and Brielle. She didn't cry. Instead, she smiled and whispered into the wind, "Thank you for giving me both."